Hi, my name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast, and this is my Makeup Monday for Monday the 29th of July 2024. So welcome! Today I'm going to do a fun fold card because I love fun folds. This is one of the easiest fun folds. It's probably one of the very first fun folds I ever ventured into when I was sort of extending into fun fold cards. It's an easel card, so yeah, I thought you'd like to see a fun fold that's not quite so complicated. And let's go down to the craft desk and get started. Okay, so I'm going to use the Adventurous Sky suite. So this is the stamp set and all the dies that it cuts out. So these are all the individual stamps, all these sentiments, and then these are standalone dies to make a biplane, which we're going to use today. This is a little tow thing that comes behind the plane when they're towing like a banner. We're not going to use that bit today, but we're going to use some of the sentiments and the standalone dies. So I tend to cut them out when they're like this to display, so that I've got it easy to display for my classes. But we can have a look in the catalogue. So it's a suite of products, the Adventure or Take to the Sky. It's called Take to the Sky Suite, and it's on page 37 in the annual catalogue. So you get the stamp set and the dies. They're bundled together. So when you buy them as a bundle, it's 10% discount. You get these industrial trinkets if you're buying the whole suite, and this designer series paper. And the designer series paper is really, really good for masculine cards, but it goes beautifully with this suite of products. So that's the suite. You don't have to buy the whole suite if you don't want to. You can just get the bundle, you can just get the paper, up to you. But if you want the whole suite, there is one item number that you put into the online store, and it bundles it all together. The other thing I'm going to use, as I use all the time, is the Spotlight and Nature dies. I wanted to showcase that these can be used for masculine cards as well as female cards. Obviously, I think the little florally sort of edge is more designed for girl cards, but I wanted to show that it can be incorporated into masculine cards. The other thing we're going to use is onto the metallics page. Going to use the silver foil sheets. You get two 12 by 12 silver foil sheets, and it's $8.75 here in Australia. And one more thing, let me find it, embossing folders. Embossing folders are on page 129. We're going to use number 6, the metallic plate 3D embossing folder. This goes perfectly with the Take to the Sky suite. It just looks like hammered metal, sort of, you know, on planes. So that's a perfect one for this suite, so we're going to use that. So I just want to show you a couple of cards first. So let's move my catalogue out of the way and bring our stamp set in, because we will need that. Now, this is an easel card I made quite a while ago for my daughter, and it was for her 16th birthday, so she's now 26. So this was 10 years ago, and a medallion stamp, I think it was called. It was a Stampin' Up! Stamp, and this is a tulip embossing folder that made a frame. That was a Stampin' Up! Embossing folder, and these were brads, antique sort of looking brads. And yeah, so I found this when I was going through all her stuff and I thought, okay, I'll keep that as a sample. So that was one I used. It's a little bit wider than the one we're making today. So you can make easel cards any width you like. So yeah, that's a bit wider. This one I made using the Spotlight on Nature's dies, but making it a feminine card, a female card. I've also used that 3D circle embossing folder. I can't remember its name. Let's have a look. It's one of the really big ones. And where is it? Oh, here you go. Dotted Circles 3D embossing folder. I was close. Because that just goes perfectly with the Spotlight on Nature dies, I feel. So not a lot of stamping on this card. I just did the butterfly because the floral image from the stamp set didn't really fit. So I just sort of focused on the fold and all the dies and the layering to make, you know, be the highlight of this card. And it stands up like this. I'll do it this way so that you can see how it stands. And I've just cut out another die so you can write this, your sentiment or your greeting to the person you're giving it to. I call this a stopper. But this is up on dimensionals so that when you fold your card up, it stands up like that. It does fold down and it does fit into a standard envelope. So, and it's not too thick. You wouldn't have to pay more for postage for that, I don't think. But I guess if you're concerned, you just ask it Australia Post and just double check. So, 10-year-old sample, a more recent sample, and now we're going to make a masculine one. Because Father's Day is coming up, I thought I might make this one for somebody. And then I've got it done. Father's Day in Australia is the first weekend in September, so it's only a month away. Okay, so this is what we've got. Well, just over a month anyway. This is what we've got for our card today. We've got our card base, and I've only done it in centimetres, so I'm sorry for you guys who use imperial, but I've only done centimetres today. So this is half a sheet of A4 cut at 10.5 centimetres. So it's the length of the A4 sheet, so it's 10.5 centimetres by 29.7. I've scored it at 7.4 centimetres and 14.8. So basically it's scored in half and then in half again, if that makes any sense. And now I've just folded my post-it note. So it's a normal A5 card base, like a tent fold card that I like to do, scored in half, and then this front panel is scored 7.4 centimetres, so it's in half again. So that's going to, and then it'll go this way to create your card base. You've got another panel that's 10.5 centimetres by 14.8, because that's going to become this top panel that we attach to the card base. So one piece of A4 cardstock, you have this bit left over, which is a nice layer, a matting layer for another card. So you can get this card out of one piece of A4 cardstock. Okay, we also have a piece of designer series paper that's it's just 10 centimetres by 14.3. A piece of the silver foil that's the same size, 10 centimetres by 14.3. I've got a matting, a piece to go behind our sentiment, and I've just done it with some designer series paper. It's 9 centimetres by 4.5 centimetres. And then I've just cut a piece down a little bit so that the paper shows more, and it fits the sentiment a little bit better. So I haven't even measured that, so let me do that. So it's 3 centimetres by 7.5. So this piece is 3 centimetres by 7.5. I've also gone and cut out some of the dies. So we've got the Spotlight on Nature die. You can't see it on the Take to the Sky designer series paper, but that's the one that's got, I'll show you which one it is. It's this one, this big one with like the radiating stitches. Can you see that? Yep. You can't really see the radiating stitches on the designer series paper, but they are there. And then I've done what I call like the running stitch dies. The dots and dashes dies. I've cut one of those out because I'll use one of those as inside here, and I've cut a smaller one out because I thought we'd stamp Happy Father's Day on that. So, and then I've cut the biplane out. So the body of the plane and the wings of the plane. So the first thing we need to do, and I forgot to get my embossing folder, so let me just get the metallic, what is it? It's not metallic, it's the metal plate embossing folder. Let me just get that. So this is the metal plate 3D embossing folder. So we'll do that bit of embossing. So I shall bring my cut emboss machine over off my bench. I shall put all my bits and pieces to one side. And I'll get my silver piece of foil and put that in my embossing folder. So let me just grab my emboss machine. Okay, here we go. So with the 3D embossing folder, you just need plate number 1 and the plate number 4, the specialty plate. You always, generally, 9 times out of 10, put the spine of your embossing folder in first. There are very few occasions where if you need to do it that way you can, but generally the spine goes first, and that helps look after your embossing folders. Specialty plate on top, and you just wind that through. So I've cut the die pieces out ahead of time just to save a little bit of time. So that's what your, doesn't it look great on the foil? I just think it looks so good, and it just looks very mechanical, very, you know, aluminium. Oh, it's probably not aluminium. No, if your wings on the plane were aluminium, that wouldn't probably go too well. Metal, you know, it's just very masculine. Great embossing folder to have in your collection. So I've done all my other die cutting. I'm just double checking. So we'll put this back. Okay. So let's bring our bits and pieces back in and our stamp set. I'll pop this back away in my little sandwich bag. There we go. Okay, so let's start layering and getting our little card together. Alright, so this is our card base. As I said, scored in half at 14.8. And then this panel is scored again at 7.4 centimetres. I'll do it this way because that's the way it's going to fold. Okay. Now, this piece, I want to put this piece with the biplanes on it as the base or the insert of the card, so to speak. So I've got my glue. It's a very cold and windy day here in Australia. We went for our walk this morning and oh my goodness, it's coming off snow. And it hasn't gotten much warmer. I think we've got about 13 degrees at the moment. Meant to get to 15. So it is quite cold. But anyway, we went for a big walk and that kept us warm this morning, our Sunday morning walk. So that's going to go like this, and this is how it folds. You fold it in half and that's going to go like that, because this panel is going to sit on top like so. But before we do that, we shall attach our I keep saying metallic, metal plate embossing folder to our card base. And I always use glue when I'm attaching embossing folders, because I think it gets into all the little nooks and crannies and it attaches better. So just leave a border all the way around. And as I said, see, look, my fingers are so cold, my rings are all turning around and going back to front. This is a great masculine embossing folder, I think. Just got some glue spurtage. Mop that off. I just think the Tombow glue gets it attaches it better, because it gets into all the you know, all the little nooks and crannies to attach better to your card front. So that's going to go on our card base like so. We're just going to put adhesive on this section and put that like so. So will I do that first, or will I put, let me think. I think I want to do that. And then this is going to go So maybe we'll decorate our panel before we attach it to our card base. I think that might be a good idea. Okay. This is the propeller. It's already got a bit of adhesive on the back, but I am going to put a little bit more with the glue dot, because I just think it needs a little bit more. So I've just sort of rolled that glue dot over just to make it sit behind the center of the propeller. Yeah, that looks better. And I'm just going to attach it to that. Actually, I want it to go more like this way, I think. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, now I don't have adhesive sheet on this, so I am going to have to glue it. And I'm just working out where I need the glue. Okay, so I don't need any up on the top of the biplane, it's just all down here on the bottom. So, this is a new pot of glue. Maybe my glue's frozen because it's so cold. I am really feeling the cold this winter, more so than I've ever felt it, I think. Okay, so just put that there and put that there. Okay, now it'd be a really good idea if I got my little adhesive sheet out, and then I can line up the little wheels and line up the tail of the plane, and then the rest just all fits in the place. That's how I line up my die. Line up the wheels, line up the tail, and then it just works and sticks to your finger. Okay, that's pretty good. And that's your little die plane, your biplane. Isn't that cute? I think it's cute. Now I've used copper clay cardstock, which is an in colour, last year's in colour, 2023 in colours, because it's going to match, where is it? It's here somewhere. It's going to match this piece. So that's just the reverse of that piece of Designer Series paper. So it's going to match the copper clay plane, will match that piece of paper. So I like to sort of coordinate things like that. Get rid of that dimension. Okay, let's see. Should I put my plane up on dimensionals? You know what, I think, will I? Now that propeller's not really in a good spot when I think about it, so I'm going to have to move that, I think. Let me just see if I can lift that off. Maybe it goes better this way around. That's better. So that wasn't too hard. There we go. I'm just trying to work out. I think I want this flat, and I might pop my plane. So let me grab, where are my dimensionals? Here they are. Let me grab my dimensionals. Pop them on the back of the plane. I could probably do some along this top wing, which might be a good idea. I'm just going to cut a little, just a couple of little strips off my edges. There we go. And I'll put one down here. I'm so excited that the Olympics has started. I'm such a Olympic or sport fanatic, and I can't wait. Australia did really well on the first day, and top of the medal tally. That won't last for long with the USA and China, but you know, day one we're top of the medal tally. So go the Aussies. I love the swimming, but you guys probably know that I'm a sports fanatic. And if you don't, you will now. Okay, so let's attach this to our card base. So just put your glue up to your score line and around. Don't go over here, because that part is free. You want to keep it free with no adhesive on it. Okay. So just grab your front panel and line it up to the bottom and the sides, and press that down and hold it in place just so it attaches. There we go. So that's what it's starting to come together. Now I'm not going to put it going straight, it's going up to the sky, it's flying high. And then I'm going to put this one here, so that one will go up on dimensionals with the Father's Day sentiment. So maybe we could do our stamping now. So let's grab, it's the Happy Father's Day. And this one, You're the Best, plain and simple. Bit of a pun on that, but that's okay. And I'll grab, where's my Night of Navy? Here it is, I'll use this one. So this is the Night of Navy ink. So let's just bring these down here. So the best thing about stamping on a circle is that it doesn't have to be straight, because you can just twist your circle around. Okay, so that looks good. And this one, You're the Best, plain and simple. There we go. I think that ink pad could do with some more ink on it. I'll leave it out so I remember to do that. And this is the one that we're going to leave, so you can just sort of write on it. So that's going to go there, that's going to go there. Okay, so let's, I think I will get my blue blending brush, and I'm just going to go around the edges on my sentiment panel, just to, I'm not re-inking my brush because I know I've got blue on it. And it might not be Night of Navy, but it will work, it will tone. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put that onto there. So I'll do that with my glue. So don't forget, there's only a few days left to earn some vouchers, $9 vouchers to spend in August. If you do place an order, don't lose your email that's got your voucher number on it, because I don't get that email. I can't tell you what that will be, that voucher number, for you to redeem it in August. You have to get that, hang on to it, and use it when you're redeeming it in August. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the back, and I shall put one in the middle. This is the Stampin' Up! Take Your Pick tool. If you don't have one, it's a really handy tool to have. You can get all kinds of attachments for it. But the best, just as it is, it's really handy. So you've got the pokey tool, you've got like a spatula end, and then you've got the putty end to get your bling off the bling sheets, embellishments. So that's how it comes, but you can buy attachments like the die brush. So it's a really handy tool to have in your stash of tools. Now I am going to just pop this down here with a border, even border, top, bottom, no, not top, bottom and sides. There we go. And so now that's like a stopper, because it's up on dimensionals. It stops your card from falling flat, and that's what makes it an easel. It's just like an old chalkboard easel. Okay, so I believe, I don't want it flying like that, just into the sky, and then I'm going to pop that there. Okay, so that's going to be flat with glue. This is such a simple fun fold. It's a really good one to start with. It's not too hard, not too many scores, not too many cuts. you know, it's just quite an easy one. So let's just twizzle that around. And I'll just hold that down because it's got to attach itself to that bumpy embossed silver foil. There we go. We've got our adult kids and their partners coming for a barbecue this afternoon or tonight. We've got a fire pit. We're going to do a fire pit and toast some marshmallows and then cook the meat on the barbecue and come inside and eat it because it'll be too cold to stay outside. Okay, so this is one of the, I call it running stitch, but dots and dashes die cuts, and that's going to go there. So I think I'll use 2 dimensionals, and I don't think I need my dimensionals anymore, but you never know. Okay, so just going to pop that there. And so that's how it looks. You're the best. Happy Father's Day. You're the best, plain and simple. And then I don't need those anymore, so I shall put those away. And then I am going to pop this here, and that's where I will write my greeting to my hubby for Father's Day. I give my hubby Father's Day cards. Some people don't do that, but I do. I know he's not my father, but he's the father of my kids, so I think he deserves it. There we go. I'll just hold that down. Okay, so that's what our card looks like. And I am going to get some bling. Put the stamp set over here. And this is my new way of storing my bling. I'm just giving it a trial and seeing how I go with it. So I think the metallic gems would be the best ones to use. We could use silver, but I think there's enough silver on it. There's copper, silver and gold, so I'm going to go with copper, I think, because it's copper clay, so that's probably why I'm going to go with it with copper. I'm going to put one down here, or should I put it here? One here, and 2 sizes, small and large. I'm going to put one over here and one up here. So they're really good. Great to have these metallic gems in your collection for masculine cards. So that's our card for today. It's a very easy easel fold card. So that's what it looks like. That's how it stands. That's why it's called an easel. And then that's where you can write to the person you're giving it to. Put these out of the way. And I just wanted to show that the Spotlight on Nature dies don't have to be all feminine cards. So it looks great with this one and that circle 3D embossing folder. And this paper is the 2024 in colour paper. And see, these dies work just as well for masculine cards. So that is our card for today. An easy fun fold card. So let me just come back to, yeah, there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's a really easy fun fold card. Fits in an envelope, works really well. That way. So, and it stands up when it stands up for display, which is always nice. And that's the way it'll stand. And that's a Father's Day card done. So I hope you enjoyed that. So have a great rest of your, no, you're not getting this on the weekend. Have a great week, start of the week. And I will see you on Wednesday for my card and a cuppa. It will be my Make and Create event. So anybody who purchased from me in the month of June will have received a little card pack like so in the mail, and we'll be making that on Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. So please give me a thumbs up, like and share my channel as I try to grow it, and I'll see you on Wednesday for my Make and Create card and a cuppa. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.